Okay, yeah, there's one, you don't have to go at it, but there's one underneath the willow along the foam line up there.
Okay.
I can see him glowing from where I am. So I'm just gonna try to go for him, eh?
Cool. Go for it, yeah. Nice.
I think he knows where home is.
Yep, sure looking like it.
I think he wants to let everybody in the pool know shit's going down. That's okay, we didn't want to catch more than one in here anyway, right?
Unreal.
I didn't think I was going to get that cast through.
No kidding,
But
hey?
it just turned over under and it was like, yeah,
yep.
That'll be there. Always awkward, this angled travel.
Yeah, they want to dig into it and go deep, and
yes, they never like coming up.
They don't want to be lifted.
No, well, she ain't got a choice. There we go.
Awesome. Okay, I'm just rolling on you there. Nice, I'm just going to roll. Okay, I got that. Beautiful.
Should I just let it go?
You know what? Why don't you?
Okay.
So good.
Ready?
Yep.
There we go. That was awesome. Hey everyone, Dave and Amelia Jensen Fly Fishing. And leading into this video, you know, we were pulling some really long days.
Oh yeah, we sure were.
We were
van camping.
Yeah, van camping for about 2.5 weeks leading into this video. And we had a massive day the day before. And we finally looked at the weather and it was like, you know what, it had started raining the day before on our way out. We got chased out of where we were, looked at the weather forecast and was like, yeah, rain everywhere across the island. And there was this one little area where it wasn't going to be a monsoon. And it's not like we had an original idea by any means, hey?
No, exactly. So, hey, we just said, you know what, let's take the time. We drove 5 hours and, you know, we got there kind of early afternoon and said,
yeah, about
hey,
2
man,
o'clock, hey?
Yeah, yeah. And I guess we were on, you know, somewhat of a popular river, hey?
Oh,
like
it's a popular stream.
Yeah, you can't.
Anybody that knows this one's going to go, yeah, that's why there was, you know, 2 guide trucks at every bridge crossing access because, you know, it was just a monsoon and that was the spot where everybody was going to converge.
Exactly. And of course, when we showed up, there was 2 guys that had just come off of their morning fish. And, you know, they said they had done well, you know, and so we, you know, we kind of said to ourselves, you know, you don't normally want to fish follow-up. But the truth is, sometimes you just got to have a go because, you know, not all those fish get touched. I mean,
no, I mean, if there's one fish in a run, yeah, I mean, anybody's going to say, well, okay, have a go. And the guys before you, they're going to catch it or hook it. But, you know, thankfully, there was a couple of runs with a couple with 3 fish, but usually it was just 1 or 2 fish. And we knew it was going to be tough because it was footprints the entire day. Hey?
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because, you know, you want to, for us, we always want to catch every fish that we kind of line up on.
Yeah.
But, you know, you have to kind of say to yourself, hey, that's unlikely. It's pretty much impossible. So then from there, you know, you really got to kind of slow down, right? And
yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things you have to adjust, tippet-wise, hook-wise, size, profile, that kind of stuff. And really, it comes down to looking at each fish as a project based on what it's showing and doing, and then going, what kind of water type is it, and what nymphs and length of leader and all that kind of stuff, your droppers. You really have to treat each fish as a project. And even at that, I mean, we're not going to, you know, I have no false illusions on a day where you show up and a couple of guys are going, yeah, we had a great time. Oh, good. So, yeah.
Here we go, follow up, right? Footprints
Exactly.
everywhere. But the reality is that, hey, you know what? You still got to have a go. Go and have a try because that's what's in front of you. That's what's available. And just have a go. So we did.
Exactly. So we did, and we did well, but this one shares successes and failures, and you're going to hear why, see why. And it's still a lot of fun. It was frustrating in moments, but at the same time, you know what? We got some nice fish. So if you like what you see on the video, please subscribe to our channel, and you know, lots of great content for conversation and comments in the comments section. So we look forward to hearing from you there.
So we're just starting our day and we're right at a bridge. and you never really know what to expect. You know, if these have been fished to, or you know, if they're spooky because of traffic going by. So we've got one in a tail out here. He's sitting on kind of a sand flat, and I'm gonna give it a go and see what happens. You never know. I mean, maybe he won't be spooky at all and he'll take my fly. So we'll just have to step up and give it a go. So yeah, as far as what I'm using is I've actually got about a 12-foot leader 3X to my dry fly. And obviously, if I need to go lighter, I will. Right now, I'm actually doing 2 flies. I do have a dropper setup. I like to use a dropper setup. And so down from my medium sedge here, I've got a caddisfly, and it's about a foot down.
Yeah, he's fairly shallow on the bench there, so he's either going to go for it or he ain't, and he is showing that he's feeding. So
yeah, and I just want to use a couple double dries if I have to, and he gives me the chance. I will put on a nymph if needs be, and probably only do a short dropper nymph as well.
and spooky.
This guy's just holding right off the drop-off zone here. I'm not real confident that he's going to come up, but I got a double dry fly, 2 different size caddis. I got the 10-foot 3X leader on. If he's going to come up, he's going to come up on the first cast. Otherwise I'm going to end up having to hit him with a dropper. So I'm just going to go at him. I'm going to feather it on this side just to play safe. And if he doesn't come over, I'm going to put a dropper nymph on. No, got to put the nymph on.
Okay.
That went right. He kind of paused and looked, so no.
Okay.
So because we're 100 yards above a bridge on a popular piece of water, I'm going to add, what's that, about 20 inches of 4X. And I'm going to go with a longer, slender pheasant tail-ish kind of nymph. Smaller bead head, just enough to get it down in time. And the idea is it's going to be slender, it's going to be a little bit more delicate and not as intrusive, but it'll get down. That tungsten really gets down quick. And use tungsten, even though it's going to smack the water a little bit, it's choppy enough water on that seam that I should be able to put it in there, lead him, and hopefully, again, if I put it up just on this side of him, he should come over and take that. I should be able to get to the right depth in time. Not coming up, so I'm going to have to just get in there a little tighter.
Okay.
Come on. No. Crazy, eh?
It is. That should do it.
You think so? Might not be deep enough, quick enough.
Yeah, hey?
Yeah, he's feeding though. I just saw him go a foot to the left hard, so
Okay.
try a different now.
Yep.
So the slender, smaller tungsten didn't work, so now I'm going to go with a bead about twice the size of the last hook. Same size hook, just twice the size of tungsten bead. The idea is just to get that in there, drop it quick, kind of a drop shot. And with any luck, well, the way I'm casting, because I can see 2 other fish in there, I want to try to thread each fish individually and not induce a take from the next one while trying to get this bead deep enough to this one. I gotta go to this guy. And come on.
Nice.
Yeah, that one just dropped
Nice,
from the top.
nice,
That
nice.
was one of the other ones I was trying not to catch.
Yeah, hey?
But,
Okay.
oops, that's what I'm going.
Yep.
Come down.
Into the willows, eh?
No, come down. Come down. Okay, I got it underneath that willow branch, but he's going hard into the other one. Come on. I don't want to let him into there. I think you have the net. He wants that stick under there, boy.
No kidding.
I think I got him, Kern.
Keep them out. Not quite done with you yet.
No. There's not a lot of current break here, so I'm going to try to get him. Oh, geez.
You gotta go down.
I'm going to try to get him in this pocket, or indecision's going to kill, so I'm going to go across. Hey, that's a nice fish.
Awesome.
Nice fish, hey?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay,
Look
just
at the
gonna
colors.
come in on that one. Yeah, that's pretty, hey? Gorgeous.
Nice. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a nice fish, hey?
Yeah.
Nah, she just dropped right out and well, shot right off. But the original fish, I don't know if that was the original fish coming across, because I just had looked down while I was tying my nymph on. I think it was the one just above the one I was originally going for. So I think well, you gotta take the one that's active and dropping when it's doing that, otherwise it's gonna disappear. I think I still have the next one, the original one, to go after, or I could be wrong and that was it, because it was moving back and forth. So I don't know what to say, but the change to the double-sized tungsten bead on the same size hook nymph was a good change, because it just went down right now. Kind of a drop shot, got in there, and it was instantaneous, right to the right depth, because that fish didn't have to come up at all. It just kind of went over 8, and away we went. So that was a different fish, because my original fish is still there, so the same theory applies. 20 inches down to a double-sized tungsten from the previous attempt, and I'm just going to see, because obviously, as I mentioned earlier, there was a few fish in a row here, and the one dropped, take it, and then go back at the original. Thankfully, she didn't rip upstream. As she was dropping, she kept going after she ate, and tried to shake me off under the willow, but I got her out. Hook's a little bit slightly bent out, but I have faith in my Daiichi that it's not going to bend out, so I'm not going to change over. That might kick me in the ass, but I doubt it. They seem to hold okay for a few fish this size. Okay, so I'm just going to go, it's right back in that smudge there, and I'm just going to go have a look and see if I can get back to the original fish.
Perfect.
Go to the right. Okay, he is coming to the right to feed, so I'm just going to play the inside seam here. Get my casting back in form here. One more. Just let that walk down the inside of him here. Okay, I'm going to try a small unbeaded fly as a dropper to my tungsten nymph.
I think I know the one.
I gotta keep it on the inside shallow. Like that. There. Softer. Oh, he looked hard.
Yeah.
I watched him that time come right to it.
Okay.
Go right inside, see if he wants to come across. He's looking. No. Size 18, 16 nymph.
Yeah, hey.
On 4X here. Go right inside, see if he comes right across. No, he stayed out. I can see him.
That looked like a really good line.
Yeah, I thought so. You go right inside. He's looking hard. Okay, change again.
Okay.
Pretty deep, actually.
Yeah, deeper than you think it looks.
Yeah, I'm just going to lead him and drop it in there and see if he comes over. No. Really lead him. He looked.
Okay.
He's been worked, Dave.
Yeah, there you go.
Lead him a lot on the soft stuff. Let him come over. No.
Just not doing it.
Okay.
You want to try it change again?
One last change and then we'll go. It's one of those, how much time do you spend on a fish that's at a bridge and how much new water do you want to see? So,
yeah.
This is it. So, run like this, we're about 150 yards from the bridge. Popular water. Obviously these fish have been worked over. There were 3 fish lined up in a row on the inside flat here. 2 rainbows and a brown at the head. The one that I originally started off, the rainbow, Then the middle one, rainbow, that kind of moved around and I caught. I'm pretty sure that had I stuck to this first rainbow, like after I caught the one I caught, if I'd stuck with this first rainbow, gone 5X, gone a series, and just taken the next hour to work at that, you know, he kept looking, I'm pretty sure I would have caught that fish. But, you know, as it is, we spend half hour, 40 minutes setting up the camera, setting all this stuff up, and you go, well, if he's not going to come, do you spend your entire day here just to prove that you can catch that fish? I'm pretty sure we would have. And of course, contestant number 3 was good old cloudy, cool New Zealand weather brown trout, sitting there, sort of moving, sort of not. Take one cast, 2 casts with a double dry, nothing. Take 1 cast with a nice dropper on 4X and a slender little tungsten kind of pheasant tail-ish fly. He looks and stops and then takes off. So worked over fish, sluggish browns, that's just how they are right now. Yeah, so that's not bad. That's kind of typical for worked over water. Sure, you could have caught the 2, but I call that 1 plus 2 solid looks, and let's keep going as to see more water, because we've never fished here. I'd like to see more of this stuff. Maybe get away of the bridge influence. It's 6 kilometers between bridges, and we're 100 yards in, so let's giddy up.
Got him. Oh,
Got him, eh?
had him.
Bugger. He's still there, but if you're gonna go at him, you better go quick, because he's dropping right.
Shit. No, I might be okay.
He's right in front of you.
That's him there.
Yeah, right there. Up, pause, stop. And we just kind of walked up and saw this fish in the middle of the river, and Amelia went at it, and it took the nymph, and then just kind of bugged across the river. And we just said, well, you know what, why don't we just wait? And we did wait, and we could just watch the fish swim all the way home from the other side of the river to get itself right into the same exact spot behind that same exact rock out in the center, and that's where he's sitting right now. So we changed it from a tungsten bead-headed nymph under the bigger sedge to a weighted, unbeaded nymph underneath a smaller caddis. And we're just going to see if he'll respond to that. He's definitely gone back to feeding, which is great. And yeah, I don't know. Thoughts?
Well, I think I'm going to try to go on his left. That was an eat fairly close to the surface there.
Yeah,
so.
his tail broke the water, actually.
I saw that.
So he should take, eh?
Yeah, I'm going to go on his left. He has been swinging left and right. So that's my goal here. And we're going to go from there.
Perfect. Ready as. Got him. That little nymph, eh?
Come on. Don't want to be in those.
I'll get the net off your back for you.
What's that?
I got the
That'd
net
be
off your back
awesome.
for you.
Thanks, Dave.
There you go, off your right.
Wicked.
Yep.
Got it.
Perfect.
Great. It's nice when, you don't get a hookup on your first cast with a nymph. I set the hook and wasn't there, so obviously I had slack. It maybe wasn't the best cast, as it turns out, but it's hard to know.
I thought it was a good cast.
Maybe I had too long a dropper then.
I would agree with that.
And I couldn't catch up with it in that sense, because the fish took and there was just enough slack, right?
Because my
my
last fish I was going deep, and this one, I think it was just too deep.
Exactly. So, it's just nice when you have the opportunity. We decided to change up. We actually put on a smaller dry. We put on a smaller sedge pattern, a kind of a medium-sized one, and then, about a foot down to this unweighted nymph that Dave was talking about, and yeah, it was great. I'm pretty sure I just saw a rise. I can't be sure. It's just on this foam line on the edge on my side, and I can't really see, but I can't dismiss it. Oh yeah, there he is. I just saw him. Yeah, got a window?
Yeah, he's on the window. I got him there.
Oh, okay, go for it.
I see it. There he is. Yep.
Nice. Well done.
I just saw him. It was just one of those little simple, little sipping rises, right?
Really good eye.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's one of those ones that if you blink the wrong way,
Yep.
it ain't a rise.
You won't see it, but
yeah. And then I couldn't see him, and then I saw that green fin go across the brown bottom.
I gotcha. Nice. Have to go to the tail out of where my fish was, eh?
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully not. Not huge, but hey, you
Pretty
take those.
sweet. Oh, hell yeah.
Anytime you
Just
cutthroat fishing.
when you can just pick him up and cast, and there he is.
Yeah, little guy.
Beauty.
Nice little chunker. Yeah, that's again an in-turn drop-off zone surrounded by a whole bunch of sand is a rock, and this rainbow is just surfing on it, and he's been nymphing a few times. So I'm just going to keep with Amelia's pheasant tail emerger with a shallow pheasant tail dropper, and I'm just going to go on the inside of this, and we're just going to see if he'll eat this thing right off the hops. You ready?
Yep, I'm rolling.
Okay, I think that's enough line. Just going to put that in the water, right to him, delivered.
Yeah.
Yep.
Down.
Okay. Now I'm hung, now I'm in trouble.
Yep.
Got the reel seat is gonna give me, it took so hard.
Wow. Yep.
Oh, that's not looking like a bunch of logs I wanted to go into.
New.
Come on.
See that.
I want to go back down past, oh, that's not even fun. I gotta go down.
Gotta go, 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 go. Yeah, just gonna focus there. Nice. Gonna pan the body here.
Cool.
And just nice. Yeah.
Cool.
And just nice. Yeah. Cool. Today the fish, you know, they've not been taking really readily and steadily. Whether or not they've been worked or they're just a little bit put off right now, it's hard to know. But the point is that I'm not just gonna go in there with 3X and, you know, a large size 12 dry. I'm gonna actually step it down and put on probably about a size 16 pheasant tail emerger. And I'm still gonna stick to my depth of dropper, which is about maybe 15 inches right now, and go with also a little small tungsten bead-headed tiny little pheasant tail below it. It's still sitting in some depth, and I'm gonna give that a go. Still working on, looks like here, about a maybe 11-foot leader. That should be good. The other thing is I'm gonna use 5X. I'm gonna definitely use 5X between the dry and the dropper. We've not seen this fish rise, and good chance that he's gonna probably still take the nymph. You never know, you can get surprised.
He's swaying a bit. He's not hyperactive, but he is a little bit active.
Oh, yeah.
And thankfully, you got enough broken water on the surface to dampen the impact of your dry and that tungsten dropping. But I don't know. Honestly, I'm mixed as to what's going to happen here. You know, it's a funny fish because he's, I don't know, really active, but at the same time, I just don't trust. Oh, it's a rainbow for sure. I just saw the big red stripe on him, so that makes life a little easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering the behavior of the ground.
Yeah. Oh, he just rose, so that's got good potential for that pheasant tail emerger on the surface.
Perfect.
And good call, stepping down the tippet and the size of the fly.
Yeah.
He definitely swings way to the right to nymph, like he's doing now. But when he comes home and on the inside, he doesn't mind the mayfly, dry fly stuff.
Should be able to go here.
He's a wee ways ahead of that, yeah. Oh, he just came way on the shoulder there, so that's good.
Oh, yeah.
You got him?
I do. You wanted that mayfly, hey?
He sure did, love.
Oh,
That was gorgeous, eh?
that's beautiful, yeah. Oh! Right at me.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's a rainbow for you.
Holy cow.
Awesome. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I can get that for you.
Ready?
Yep.
Awesome.
Cool. Yep.
Sorry, Dave.
No worries.
Gonzo. Okay, well, fish is gone, but yeah, that was really neat because it did go as planned. I was really happy I put on that little size 16 pheasant tail emerger. He came up and he wanted to eat it on the dry. So like I said, you don't know when you're gonna come on a fish that just wants to feed on the dry, even though he did rise once, I guess, but it's not like he was rising a lot. And like I say, the fish have been a little bit funny today, and we can see footprints and possibly a bit pressured, so I was happy.
So through this whole run, we haven't seen a definitive fish. I've been looking for kind of gray-green smudges, and just out here on the edge of the main current is kind of an out-of-place kind of green, looks like a head on top of a cream rock. It's not doing jack all, but that's to be expected on a day like today when there's nothing happening. I'm just going to cover it and we'll just see. You know, it might be a fish. I think he might have looked at my nymph. I'm going to go just on the inside of him. I'm kind of 50-50 on that. You'd think he'd eat that. And one more cast with this. I'm really well protected. He shouldn't spook just yet because I got that choppy water, right? Okay, I'm going to go a little deeper. I'm going to bring this in, just stay stationary as I can while I change. I'm going to try on a medium-sized caddis with about a 20-inch dropper nymph, and let's see if we can get him to move here. He looks a little bit deeper than what I'm fishing. One last one.
Okay.
Now I'm going to go out and see if that's a fish.
Okay.
I have been casting at a green-headed blue rock.
It happens to the best of us, I
I'm going
guess.
to go out on a limb and say it never did take.
Oh, wow.
All right, so completely glared out. There's no way I can sight fish this. But I look across and I look, it's got to be knee to thigh deep, that trough there. And if that's true in the tail out, it's usually deeper in the run above. And it's got great rock, got great overhead cover, got great everything. Not amazing, but if there's rainbows in here, which there are, then there should be a couple sitting right here. So if that's the case, you can either say, no, I want to sight fish, or you can sit here and go, I'm going to actually just fish the dang thing. And I'm just going to work kind of inside, outside, inside, outside, all the way, just kind of two casts, and just kind of here, there, all the way up, and I'm just going to prospect. I've got a couple nymphs on, smaller nymphs, just something, you know, a good depth, probably 18 inches to the first one, and then 6 inches to the second one. And it's just, you know, we'll just see what happens. A day like today, you can't see. You either keep marching and find water you can look into, or fish some water. So in that case, actually the best water was at the tail out where there's some bigger rock. As I moved up, I realized while this looks really good, all the current is on top of the rock right there. On the inside, it's just nothing but washed sand. Almost no holding water here. Right along this stuff is just causeway, and the fish aren't just going to sit there swimming. They would have had to have actually been about from the halfway mark through the tail out, which is classic holding water. But there was nothing there, nothing took. So by the time I got up here, it was like, nah, this is over. So it's not all great stuff, and if you don't fish it, you don't know. But if you walk past it, you might miss. So always worth trying, but not spending a whole bunch of time on it. I think that was about a 3.5 minute clip, and that, boom, cover off 80 yards, on to the next one.
I'm rolling.
So in a button hook like this, there's almost has to be a fish. And the problem is that if you get a wash intern with fine gravel, fine sand, you're not going to have them. they'll usually cling right to the sides of the river where there are rocks to break the current. In this case, right in the tail out, right in the middle of the wash, is a little white rock. Might be a stick there as well. And lo and behold, where there is a current break, there is a fish. And he's sitting there swaying. Not a big rainbow, but big enough that I think we should go and have a go. So I've still got my 20-inch dropper set up to a pair of tungsten nymphs. Not big, kind of size 14s. And I'm just gonna see if I can lead it at an angle, drift it in, and see what he does with it.
Nice. Oh, you're going down now.
Oh, I'm just going to let him swim, see if he comes.
Okay.
He might just swim himself back in.
Yeah, looks like he is.
So I'm just going to gentle apply pressure, and there we go.
Awesome.
Sometimes they'll just swim back up, and then you're in trouble under the tree. I'm going to go across and try to take them the slack over here.
Okay.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Yep.
That was really dumb of me.
Yep. It's okay, you can get him out.
No, he's done now.
Uh-oh.
That was really dumb. Okay, so that right there was an example of being complacent because of the weather, because of being tired from too much fan camping. Huge day on the water yesterday, and just going, I got this fish, and just getting complacent. And I thought, okay, I've got him. I'm just gonna let him go up, and then okay, go there. I didn't want to. Truth is, I didn't want to chase him down through the rapids, and because of that, I thought I'll just get cute and walk him over there. Guess what? Puppy dog had other ideas. He decided to go for his own walk right underneath that willow, and that was that. So complacency, you know, just killed it. Just absolutely destroyed that fish. So guess what I get to do? Retie all the tippet all the way up to the main leader, because that thing ratched my tippet.
Doesn't work, does it?
No, complacency never works. But when you're late, not lazy, when you're tired, and you just don't do things the way you should. I'm not really gutted about losing it. Would have been nice fish to land, but at the same time, you know, it's fun.
So we've just come up on another fish here, and he's holding on an inside sandy flat. And I know walking into this one, some things I got to do, because on my last fish, I had plenty of line speed, but I didn't end up dampening the actual presentation cast, and so it slammed down pretty hard on the water, and I didn't have a chance at the fish. So on this one, what I got to do is I've just got to make sure that even though I get my line speed up, I've got to make sure that I just try to dampen that presentation cast and get those flies to land gently. Right now I've got looks like about a 12, maybe 13-foot leader to a small dry fly, to a little mayfly, and I think it's 4x to that, and I've actually got 4x another foot down to a tiny little pheasant tail emerger. And so I'm going to go in with that. This fish is he's cruising and he is feeding. It's funny because we're in a spot where this is a big gravel drop off with the water flowing in, and there's a whole bunch of different little tongues, and he's kind of nosing into one of those tongues and feeding off of whatever's flowing in. So I've got to set myself up with an angle where I can see the fish and at the same time get a cast in front of him right where one of those tongues is coming in. So I'm gonna step up and do that.
It's hard to know, isn't it?
It really is.
You end up wanting to play a little shy, and
I know.
yeah, as long as they're 2 foot either side of them and lead them by a foot, you should be okay.
Yeah, hey? No,
You got him.
I got him. Yep. Got him. He came charging.
Yeah, that's a case of you.
Charging. So Dave's picked up a fish that's right in this back eddy, and he's got to go way around because otherwise the fish will be facing him. That's the only way you can approach back eddies and do it properly. You got to make sure that you get up and around a back eddy so that the fish isn't facing you when you go for it. Otherwise you don't have a chance. So he's
Now I have to wait and see if he comes back in. I'm gonna wait.
okay.
He's coming in. Ready?
Yep. Nice.
Like it. Yeah, classic button hook. Comes in, T intersection, whoop, and right on that button hook there's a fish just surfing. And as always with an overhanging willow, you know, it's not easy. It's gonna have to be a sidearm chop. Hopefully get it right along that thread between the back eddy and the outgoing current. My guess is he's not gonna eat a dry fly, so I've got a nymph underneath, a couple feet down. I'm actually gonna get my spot. I'm just gonna get my approach just on the edge of the tail out. That way I can get my rod tip above the tail out drag, which is just the zone where the current speeds up as it leaves the pocket. And I'm just gonna stand there and wait for that drop of the fish. In these eddies, these fish will move around a lot. So I'm going to get into my position. I'm going to wait. Probably force myself to count to 100 or 200, just a nice slow count. Just something to prevent me from moving too quick. I can see him there again. He's just going across. So as he moves up, I'm just going to slide in and let's go see. Wait for him to drop and cycle.
Yep.
Here we go.
Nice. Well done. Nice.
Fish.
Beauty, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thick throughout and
It is. It's nice,
it's a nice
healthy fish.
Yeah.